Hello, welcome to Your Simple Golf Swing. I'm Matt. In today's video, I want to talk to you about where you want to be at the top of your backswing in order to generate the most accurate, powerful swing that you've ever experienced. It's very important that we get this position right. I get all kinds of different viewers that will send me videos of themselves showing me their swing, and I see that this is a predominant flaw in many golfers, especially a lot of the senior golfers. But I'm going to show you how to get to the right position and how it will actually make your entire swing a lot easier. Before I get into that, I want to welcome all you new viewers. Please take some time to go through my entire catalog of videos. You see, I teach the Mike Dunaway swing method. It's the most perfect swing in the world. It's effortless, it's powerful, and it's accurate. If you'd like to learn the swing a lot faster, I offer an online course. Go down in the description, click the link, get started today. You'll have the best swing of your life in a matter of just a few days. All right, let's get into this swing position I'm talking about at the top. Now, I had one of my students, he was telling me that he was having trouble because he wasn't able to fire his right hip properly, the way that I teach in the Your Simple Golf Swing method. And another problem that he had is he said he kept chunking the ball. So he sent me a video, and I kind of had a suspicion of what he was doing wrong, but once I saw the video, it really confirmed it. Now, one of the things that he said when he was saying that he was having trouble because he kept chunking the ball, he kept hitting it fat, is he said, I think I'm taking my driver too high, and my longer irons, I'm taking it way too high, and it's causing me problems. Well, the fact of the matter is, maybe some of you have heard this, but golf is a game of opposites. Let me tell you what I mean by that, and what people mean by that when they say it's a game of opposites. You know, if you want to hit a fade, what you're going to do is you're going to line your club face up to the target that you want to hit, but then you're going to open your body up and you're going to swing kind of from an outside in, and that's actually going to cause the ball to start to the left and curve back to the right. So it's an opposite. You aim left to hit the ball right, and then the draw is the opposite. You would aim to the right to draw the ball back to the left. So golf is a game of opposites. Well, it holds true also in the position at the top of your backswing. If you take the club back too flat, you're actually going to have a greater chance of hitting fat shots or chunking the ball. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about getting that hand, that right hand, as high as you possibly can. This is going to do a few things for you. One is going to keep the club face a lot more square to the target line. If you're swinging around your body, your club face is only going to be square right here at dead center. But if you're going vertical like this, then it's square all the way down. Another thing you're doing is you are introducing one of the most powerful effects on earth, and that's the power of gravity. Now, think about gravity. You know, you think, I live down here in Florida, and on the other side of the state, they launch all the rockets up into space to launch satellites and to send astronauts up to the Space Center and everything. It takes a tremendous amount of thrust to get those rockets to take off because they're fighting against gravity. But when they have separation of, you know, their booster engine, it doesn't take anything for that thing to drop down to the ground because gravity is just pulling it down. It takes no thrust, nothing. Well, we want to use the power of gravity in our golf swing. When you're doing a round like this, you're fighting a couple of things, okay? Gravity is still there. It's still trying to pull down on your club. But since you're going around, it's trying to pull it down at every aspect of your swing as you're coming through. There is gravity pulling the club down right here, all the way through your swing. So you're actually going to be more apt, or more, there's a greater chance that you're going to actually hit the ground behind the ball and hit a fat shot. Whereas when we are taking it straight up and we're using that gravity, it was pulling it straight down to the ball. So you don't have to worry about hitting the ground way behind the ball. Mike Dunaway talked about how the golf swing is it's a matter, or the golf game is a matter of measurements. And when you're standing like this and you take that club really high and come down, your measurements don't change very much from your club to the ball. But when you're taking it back flat like this and that gravity's pulling down, that measurement's going to change and you have a greater chance of chunking the ball or hitting a thin shot. So how do we work on getting those hands high? Well, Mike Austin, I saw a video where Mike Austin was teaching teachers, and what he talked about, what he describes, he talked about if you're a waiter or a waitress and you're trying to hold a tray over your head, you're gonna have your hand like this. Your elbow's gonna be directly under your wrist, directly under your hand, and you're gonna hold it nice and high like that. Well, how do we get to that position in our golf swing? Well, what I simply do, what I think about, is I think about that handbrake that we do. We do that handbrake 45 degrees with this right hand, pull it back 45 degrees. And one of the best illustrations I've seen is Mike Dunaway. He went like this and then like this, just like that. And what you want to do is you want to try to get this at a 90. You want this horizontal to the ground. And so you just break like that and then come up. That's all you have to do. And if you think about that in your swing, it makes everything a lot easier. And I'm going to tell you another thing this makes easier for you, going back to what it was that that viewer or that student who had taken my online course originally wrote about, which was his trouble at firing that right hip. We'll get to that in a second. But anyways, go like that, and it gives you a nice high ball flight. It's a very simple swing, very easy, and you get tremendous velocity through the ball and tremendous distance. Now, another thing it helps you do is it helps you, if you're focused on taking that club high, you're gonna have a better chance of doing that pivot properly. The pivot that I teach in the Your Simple Golf Swing method, just like Mike Austin and Mike Dunaway taught, is straightening this leg, letting your weight come over to this hip, bending this leg, turning your upper body without letting your right hip go back behind you, okay? And when you got a high position like this, it is so easy to start the swing by firing that hip. You can just leave your arms up there and fire that hip, and you'll feel that it just pulls everything down and through. So I want you to really work on trying to get that club high in the sky. If you look at Jack Nicklaus, he had very high hands. It's one thing that a lot of people talked about was his very high hands. We just do the 45-degree hand brake, breaking that right hand 45 degrees, then we just roll it up like that. Get a nice solid contact through the ball, and it helps with our entire swing sequencing. So remember, give this a try with every club in your bag. Your pitching wedge through your driver. Get those hands as high as you can. Try to think of taking this arm and getting it to your ear. You're probably not going to, and I certainly don't, but you want to split between the right shoulder and the right ear. That viewer that sent me a video, his swing was actually keeping his hands down here below this right elbow, or this right shoulder. Another thing that it causes you to do, if you take it back flat and you're trying to get more, you'll end up cupping this hand, and that's not a good thing. You don't want a cupped hand like that. If anything, you want it bowed, if not just perfectly straight right here. It'll also help you keep your left elbow a little straighter. When you swing around your body to try to get more, you're more apt to bend your elbow. But when you're going high, there's no bend in the elbow. So get as vertical as you can, give that a try. It's gonna help you out an awful lot. Once again, if you wanna learn this entire swing very quickly, go down in the description, click on the link to sign up for my online course, get started right away. Thank you so much for joining me.